Live and alert on the north side of the dirt. It is your man D-Real coming at you with another Be Real with D-Real, where edutainment is what I do. Moini, how we doing today? Talking to my DC fans today. DC milestone, probably a giveaway. Hey DC, I'm going to give you your next awesome super heroic character, and I ain't even getting paid for it. But he been sitting on the shelf for a minute, and y'all need to dust him off and bring him into action. Tell you why in a minute. But before I do, I need y'all to do what y'all always do for me. Comment, like, subscribe, and share the Be Real with D-Real page so that when new material comes out, you get it. If you're digging what a brother's shoveling, put some dirt in my bucket, comment, like, subscribe, and share to the page. All righty. It's ironic. He has been sitting on my shelf all this time, and it didn't dawn on me until just now, with all of this conversation about Black representation, race relation, and pro-recasting and anti-recasting, and all the rhetoric and trolling and back and forth between those two parties over Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Watching Black Adam gave me an epiphany that I didn't really think about until just now. And I could kick myself for not thinking about it. Fans of superhero movies go to see superhero stuff. Okay, so since we're talking about the next big thing on the screen, why aren't we using Icon? Why aren't we considering Icon? Why aren't we considering Icon? First, before we get off into any of that, let's talk about who Icon is and what he can do. Icon's real name is Arnis, and he comes from the planet Terminus, I think it was called. And by the way, Icon was created by the late, great Dwayne McDuffie and illustrated by M.D. Bright. Okay, if you don't know who Dwayne McDuffie is, I'll say Justice League Unlimited. Did you enjoy that show? Dwayne McDuffie is also the huge reason that you have the predominantly Black comic book company known as Milestone that was huge from 1993 to about 1997. That guy, he created that dude. Okay, and who is Icon? Icon, for all intents and purposes, is basically the Black Superman. He can fly, he has invulnerability, you know, the whole range of Superman, you know, formidable hand-to-hand combatant, superhuman speed, reflexes, stamina, senses, you know what I mean? Enhanced mental perception, that kind of a thing. But here's the thing, and longevity. I wouldn't say immortal, but extremely long-lived, because Arnis came to Earth during the slavery era. And what I like is the fact that every time we see an extraterrestrial or an alien of any type that isn't a xenomorph or a predator or a puppet master or a body snatcher, it's always a white skinned person, a Caucasian person. Who are we on this planet to assume that if there is life out there, it looks like white people? Anyway, just similar to Superman, Arnis was found as a baby and raised as a slave until Arnis discovered, hey, I'm way, 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 way stronger than these monks. Arnis lived kind of a Highlander sort of life, living out his life, to a reasonable amount of time, and then becoming his own son, at least in paperwork anyway. And because of his age, his longevity, there you go, longevity. Because of his longevity, he was able to amass a fortune. Okay, and lived a pretty plush life in Dakota City, which is the fictional city that a lot of the adventures in Milestone's comics take place. Enter young teenagers breaking into his big plush house to steal his stuff. Okay, little do they know, they're basically breaking into the Fortress of Solitude. You know what I mean? Because this cat's Superman. Now, one of these young thieves, Raquel, y'all know, Raquel Irvin eventually becomes his superpower partner, Rocket and Icon and Rocket. She's got an inertia belt that allows her to fly, project energy, and force fields. So that's not a bad sidekick. You know what I'm saying? Well, I ain't gonna call her sidekick. I'm gonna call her partner because she has sidekick-like tendencies. But over the course of her career, Raquel becomes pregnant. You see what I'm saying? Tell me. And while I am not wild about Black people tropes like single Black moms and that kind of a thing, I'd be willing to tolerate it if I got an Icon movie, or we don't even have to see that part of Raquel Irvin's life. Raquel ain't even got to be, you know what I'm saying? She ain't got to be pregnant. You know what I mean? We take those little liberties in comic book movies and say we're not going to do this or we're going to do that. So why couldn't we not do this? I'm sure someone at some point would try something like, oh, why can't Raquel Irvin and Augustus Freeman be romantically involved? Because it's not like that in comics. We could deviate a little bit, but not a whole bunch. But I'm just saying, James Gunn, since everything you touch turned to gold, yo, my man, why ain't y'all working on an Icon project? And how cool would it be to have Icon, Shazam, Black Adam, and Superman all in one movie? 4 of the most physically powerful characters in all of DC Comics. How lit would that be? Y'all, come on now. Let's start hashtag we want Icon. Let's get that going. Let's get that going while we petitioning for things and trying to get changes to come about, but not really getting those changes to come about. Let's work on this. How many of y'all want to see Icon on the big screen? How many of y'all want to see a superhero as big and bad and tough and as cool as Superman? Drop it in the comments. I will be coming at y'all with another one of them other ones. And until I do, y'all be good. Be good to each other.